But yeah, as for those tests, Ace was the only one who failed one. He trips. Things that he gets slowed down a bit. Basically from all of the rush of activity. After all, he's the one who ends up scattering those paint cans. You know, from all the ones that you're getting due to the mad scientist idea. And some of them go scattering, and he trips and falls, and he bruises himself a bit more. But,
at least he didn't break his everything.
Didn't break his everything. Let's see how much he ends up bruising himself. We'll roll 1d4. Two life points of bruising. And he was already hurt from last session.
Well, once we've loaded up with as much stuff as Tony deems necessary.
Okay. By Tony deems necessary, pretty much the zombies are like right on your fucking faces, or just about.
Is there room enough to peel out? Or
sure. Yeah, I will. I'll have you roll a dexterity plus drive for me at no penalty.
All right.
Woo! Burn the tires! Woo!
Woo!
Okay. Yeah. 4 successes, even with the loaded back area. Trusty Tony is able to weave that little Japanese import stick shift through the mess. And at 4 successes, like, he doesn't even hit a zombie. Like, none of them, like, even touch the truck.
I thought we'd lose a paint can to decapitating a zombie.
If we lost a paint can, we're stopping the car and going back and getting it. All seriousness.
Hey, he says, what kind of idea do you have in mind with box fans and paint cans?
Well, is this the kind of paint that's flammable?
He says, I wasn't looking. You said we had to hurry up.
Damn it!
I wouldn't know.
We'll just have to hope it's flammable.
Well, what about the fans?
Well, I was gonna screw some sharp implements on there, and we're gonna use them as chopping traps. Listen.
You what?
You what, mate?
Trust me here, it's gonna work. Gonna make. Have you ever seen the movie Home Alone, starring Macaulay Culkin?
He says, "Yeah, I think I took my kids to see that when it came out."
Yeah, we're gonna be doing some of that stuff, so that way, if any zombies ever come up, we'll be ready.
I think zombies are notably sturdier than, yeah.
Trust me.
Ace looks at Grace and says, well, he does have Trusty in his very name.
In his very name.
In his very name.
It's in his name.
Wrong emphasis.
How many people do you know put, a quality in their name and actually embody it?
Ace shrugs.
This motherfucker right here.
All you need to know is one, right? Right,
yeah.
Tony?
Yep. Now let's get this stuff back to the semi so we can get that thing moving.
All right. Go ahead and... You know what we're going to say with 4 degrees of success? After weaving all the way through those zombies, you don't even have to make another dexterity plus driving roll. You managed to make it all the way out back to the semi.
Alright. Now, which one of you wants to drive this truck now?
He says, I can drive the rig.
Okay.
Ace will slide out. He was a little cramped there in the Japanese import anyway, basically, like, probably like Grace actually being in the middle. And Ace will, like, walk over towards the rig and say, Tony, keys.
Tony will toss him the keys.
Ace will catch them rather deftly and hop in the rig. Isn't that right, Train?
Oh, yeah. Don't know who I trust to drive.
Well, I'll tell you who has trustyworthiness written into his very name.
Into his very name.
Into his very soul. Also known as his suit.
I think I'm only going to go with Tony because he didn't trip while carrying stuff.
Well, that's as good of a judgment call as any, I think.
Yeah. And then back to Fort Drake.
It's definitely a decision.
Definitely a decision. I can't dispute the decision that you've just made.
I can't dispute that it is a decision.
Okay. We're gonna deduct some fuel
It's a
here.
very decision.
The trip. I'm gonna round
The choice is
it
made.
there. And then,
The die is cast.
the die is cast.
Hello, Deckard Kane.
Greetings.
That would make this.
All right. You folks end up making it back. You're still, we'll say in mid-afternoon by this point. Potman can lose another 2 endurance points.
Yeah.
Yay. Thankfully, you don't lose any more as Zane continues to learn at the foot of Eugene how the world works. Zane goes, okay, so wait a minute. The Lumber Consortium, they were paying the government to prevent the growing of hemp because it feared interfere with their profits.
Yep.
So it's the Lumber Consortium's fault that marijuana was illegal?
Yep.
What about the other drugs?
Oh, most of those are serious shit.
Wait. Why is cocaine bad and not marijuana?
Well, marijuana is not a very strong chemical. It's less dangerous than alcohol.
Marijuana.
What? No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, the dare
How
officer
many
didn't
people do you
carry
think
alcohol.
die of
around?
marijuana overdoses compared to marijuana-enabled car crashes.
Well, I don't know very many because it was illegal.
Sorry to break it to you, but yeah, you do.
What?
Very close to most people smoke marijuana.
Very close to most
Illegally.
people.
What? I didn't.
It's secret. Well, of course you didn't. You're...
Until like you gave some to me, but I'm not really saying I enjoyed it. But
Yeah, you did.
no.
Yeah, don't lie.
Zane did not inhale.
You forced me. I didn't have a choice.
Uh-huh.
It was out of my hands.
It was literally in your hands.
Missy continues to laugh.
This is.
Okay. Well, what about heroin? Why is that so bad?
'Cause it kills you.
But can't anything taken in excess values kill you?
I don't know. You'd think I'd be dead from marijuana at this point, the amount I take in.
So maybe you haven't exceeded the limit.
Well,
Push it to the limit.
trust me,
Damned if he hasn't.
that's saying something, if that's the case. 'Cause I have smoked a horrifying amount at times.
Horrifying.
Yeah. Like, astounding.
How much?
Okay, you know that, like, mostly empty brick I carry around now?
Not really.
The one I fish marijuana out every now and then. It's been slowly depleting as I smoke it.
I don't really pay attention to that.
I do it out in the public areas.
I don't really look at you.
What?
You go down there in the basement and do your science reading babble thing, and I stay up here on the roof.
And everyone's
How
happy.
can you be that disinterested in things? How's that even work?
I don't ask questions. We've been over this.
Holy shit, you sure don't.
Like, besides, Mom said it was rude to stare at people. I mean,
To be fair, he does look really weird when he looks at you.
if I just looked at you, then you'd like think that something was we had something wrong, and
He's giving you the bedroom eyes, Eugene.
then,
Wow.
right?
Okay, well, it's like a brick. Like a brick.
Like a
Like a pound of marijuana.
oh. Is that a lot?
Yes, you normally sell it in fractions of ounces. Like eighths.
And he she's like, and then like an ounce is a 16th of a pound, and so a fraction of. Ah. Okay. Well, how much do you need to get high?
A fraction of that fraction.
Oh, even
can
you?
sell oh, mine. Well, yeah, I mean, I can get high, but to have a really good time, I smoke too much.
Oh, so that's bad for you then?
I mean, maybe it.
You admit that it's too much. You use the word horrifying.
Yeah, because it's like really startling. It's an amount that most people wouldn't be able to fit in their stomachs.
So that's bad then?
Well, yeah, so is eating an amount of food that couldn't fit in your stomach.
Right, but marijuana is bad for you because it makes you want to put that much in your body, and that's why it was illegal.
Oh, no. Nope. No.
Zane's logic is infallible.
No, I'm saying that you shouldn't smoke that much in the same way that you shouldn't eat that much food, but people do both of those things anyway.
And
That's
they're
like
worse
saying
off
that
for
food
it.
should be illegal because people want to put it all in their bodies.
Well,
and make
maybe
fat.
some food should have been.
Really?
I don't know.
That's really fucking dumb.
Eugene is getting some flashbacks of him saying, I don't know.
Shoot.
Oh.
Look. Missy says, oh, look, Zane, why don't you... This would probably help his explanations better. Why don't you go down to his room and grab that mostly depleted brick and bring it up here? He says, I'm supposed to be... No, just go do it. It'll
Yeah,
help
that's
explain
a
things.
good idea, Potman agrees. You should bring that up here.
Zane says, well, shouldn't I be watching... Look at him. He's completely tethered there. He's not going to be leaving.
I can
Famous
barely move
last
my
word.
arms.
Famous last words.
Prove it.
He jingles his chains.
Oh, yeah. All right. I'll be back. Narrows his eyes, but he then begins crawling towards one of the stairwell doors. And as soon as he leaves and the door closes and you hear him go down the stairs, Missy begins laughing again.
Man. People said I was clueless.
Sure enough, a few minutes later, the door opens again and Zane comes crawling back onto the roof. And Zane's like, God, it smelled something fierce in there.
Yeah?
Anyway, I brought it. And he shows the mostly depleted brick of weed.
Man, that's lasted me a while.
Oh yeah? How long?
Oh, almost 2 months now, I guess?
Really? Well,
Yeah.
I guess you did say that you only needed a small fraction of this in order to get...
Yeah, I mean, if I was smoking my usual amount, that'd have been gone a lot quicker. But, had to ration.
And, rationing. Speaking of which, this is probably a good point to bring up the fact that, ever since Potman's been tethered here, he's been cut off from his, habitual use of marijuana.
Right, which is why Potman's about to say. So, here, how about you break some of that out and, help me light up?
What? No!
Why?
I'm supposed to keep watch.
And how is me smoking gonna help you not keep watch?
It'll infect me!
Infect you how?
Secondhand smoke!
That's what bongs are for. to make sure it all goes into my lungs instead of yours.
I didn't bring one of those.
Well, I've got to... Go look in my fucking room again. I made one.
Zane, like looks over nervously at Missy, who, like, gives him, like, a shooing away motion.
It's the thing that looks like a vase.
Zane will, like, drop, like, the brick pretty much at, like, the edge of, like, Potman's ability to, like, tow it over to him. And, like, Zane will go back down the stairs. At which point Missy starts laughing again. God, how is he so dense?
Well, I mean, it sounds like he was really, really sheltered up until he joined the military. And then he was in the military.
At which point, a few minutes later, the radio, which Eugene still has, actually, crackles alive and Zane says, "I can't find your water ball down here anywhere."
Potman tries to hit the button with his chin.
At which point, you hear, like, another voice come out, "What did you say?"
Yes.
Wrong number?
Good answer.
Excuse me? Are you not on the roof? You need to get on the roof. What are you doing not on the roof, Zane? I'm looking for a bong.
He's honest.
There's a pause, and then Jack says, "Wow. Well, it's come to this, hasn't it?" Zane says, "What?" I knew the stress was getting to you, Zane, but if you needed help, you could have come to us. What do you mean?
Oh my god, yes.
Just... And Rick says, "You can't be serious. Look, you know he needs the help." What?
Potman stops trying to reach for the button with his chin. This is great.
Rick says, "I'm turning my radio off now." Jack says, "Good for you, Zane." What? Then Jack's radio cuts off and it just leaves static on. What are you talking about? This isn't for me. This isn't for me.
It's not mine, I swear.
It's not mine.
I was getting it for a friend.
Oh. And then a few more minutes after that, a very sullen Zane comes back up to the roof with the bong.
Hey, you found it after all.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Let's get to work.
What do you mean, get to work?
Well, you got to pack the bowl and put your finger on the cath for me.
The what?
The little hole in the back to let air in.
The what?
The cath, it's a little hole. You put your thumb over it.
Zane looks at it. Why?
That way I can suck it through the bowl, and then once I've got a lung full, you can take your thumb off, which lets air in so that it stops pulling through the bowl because of the difference in air pressure.
Okay. Huh. Well, Zane slowly begins to work operating the bong. It takes some time, and with Potman's direction, he will eventually get it functional.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Back to the others who have, in arriving, have heard this wonderful conversation on the radio as the truck's drawn closer and then is pulling up to the towers.
What?
Yep, Potman's getting hand-fed his weed now.
Well, not that conversation between
I know.
Eugene and Zane, but the conversation between Zane, Riggs, and Jax on the radio.
You know, that boy needs it.
He says, God, he's been so wound tight. Not that I could blame him.
Toasty Noise is going to shrug.
My fault.
Ace will activate his radio and he says, Jax, we're back. We got, we weren't able to grab the rebar, but we spotted some. It's probably for the best that you come out on one of these adventures. I have no idea what the hell you need for your build and shit. And we brought paint cans. What?
Trust me.
Jax
Oh,
says,
that's always the best thing to open with.
there's a pause on the radio, then Jack says, you make that very difficult to do sometimes.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm serious this time. Just trust me.
All right. I'll be up. And then, sure enough, Jax will actually come up the stairs, and then out there, or then he'll look at the bed of the truck. What?
We got you a cement mixer.
Hi.
Cement mix.
I see that. It's going to be difficult for me to hold up a vertical plane of concrete on its own.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to eventually go back and get the rebar that we found there.
Right.
This little thing couldn't really handle much more than this.
Jax looks at the truck. No, I suppose not.
So yeah.
Probably for the best that I go the next time you feel like making a run.
Yeah, could do that soon.
Jax, then picks up, some of the box fans. And these?
Secret project.
Jax narrows his eyes at Tony.
I was thinking I could use them. I could, rig them up together for, some sort of power system, or, use the blades.
Like spinning blade trap.
Hey, that was one of my ideas. I have many more.
Jax says, all right. You'll probably have to talk to Riggs about power, unless you... Jax shakes his head, whatever, and Jax then lifts up, some of the paint cans.
The paint cans, I figured we could use them as a fuel source for fire, but I don't know if they're the flammable kind.
Also gotta ask, what color are they?
You got, an assortment of things, from, cherry red to mauve. You got, an off-white...
Off-white.
You've got, one of those, 17 brown colors that, is described as some sort of off-brown, taupe or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I don't really understand all of the crazy colors in the color wheel.
Here I was hoping for hot pink.
No. Putting hot pink on the walls, man.
Entire tower hot pink.
Maybe that's on the soles of your shoes, though. Maybe that's one of the cans that got knocked over and spilled on the floor.
Me can hope.
Alright. He says, alright. Well, he, lifts up the can. Looks like... Yeah, you could probably use this as a viable accelerant.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Worst case scenario is we just have paint now.
Don't suppose you were able to stop by the library while you were out there.
Kind of, we're surrounded in the undead.
There's some weird ones out there now. Tony says they met them in one of the military installations.
Go on.
I shot a couple of them with bolts, and they exploded after, 2 shots to the head.
Jax looks Grace over. Seems they didn't lunge at you.
Well, they didn't lunge, that's a thing, yeah.
Yes, they can cover... Jax looks over at Ace. Oh, I don't know. 3-4 yards, maybe?
Well, they can't cover it vertically, that's good to know.
Seems the zombies have a problem with verticality.
Right.
Stairs were a problem for some of the plain ones I've seen.
Well... Jax looks at the bed of the truck. I imagine you'll be able to haul this in well enough. I'm going to get back to watching the stairwells.
Mm-hmm.
Once I'm done with Dragons, then I'll join you.
Jax will, like, go to the radio. Riggs, have you heard? Oh, right. He turned off his damn radio. Pink! Pink will tell Riggs to turn his fucking radio back on.
Hey, I gotta go for just a second. I'll be right back.
Sure. And Pink says, alright, Riggs, turn your fucking radio on, you useless cunt!
Whoa.
What did you call me?
Whoa.
So he likes being yelled at.
Pink says, look, it's what Jack said. Stupid fucking... What do you want? Jack says, have you heard anything else from any of the other soldiers? Don't you think I would have said anything? Actually, I don't. Well, I haven't. Fine. Fine.
And back.
Useless cunt.
Whoa, that was a nice one to come in on.
Yeah. That's what Grimith actually thinks.
Riggs, like, deactivates his radio again. Yeah, that's what I really think about you, Aaron. Fucking just sitting up there, conspiring to help some sort of naive person get you high while you're tethered to the roof.
Yes?
Jack shrugs and says, alright then. And he'll actually head back down to the basement.
If he doesn't want to use a cement mixer, I could use it for something.
Jax will call out, as soon as we get the damn rebar, I can perhaps work on sealing off these hallways.
Damn it. Alright.
Good work out there, you three.
Yeah.
And Ace says, well, of course it was. After all, I am your commanding officer. Jack says, yes, of course you are, Ace, of course you are.
Interesting. So now what the question is, it's still late afternoon, right?
Still mid-afternoon, yes.
Question is, what do we do with the rest of the day?
Right?
I know what
Hi.
that's Potman's idea.
Well, Ace says, we might as well test out to see whether your contraption works in Artesia.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Grace!
Oh god. What now?
Nice!
We're going to Artesia. Want to go?
Ooh.
Okay.
I hope he
Water
doesn't
pump?
get killed like the last.
Yeah, we're going to test the water pump.
Alright,
Wanna
let's
go?
go.
Alright.
Alright.
Yeah.
How are the three of you going to be getting to Artesia?
We're taking the truck because it's the only thing that has gas that I can drive.
Sure. Alright. It's fine. Just wanted to check to make sure. You disembarked from the truck again. Meanwhile, back on the roof. So... is this good?
Is this good, he says.
Sounds like someone's playing like a Mario game or whatever the hell those sounds are in the background. Yeah. Aaron!
Yes.
Aaron?
Is Zane operating the bong to your specifications?
Oh, sure. And then he'll
Oh, he doesn't even check.
open it
He's
up
like,
to the floor if
Okay.
they want to take hits of their own.
Zane looks and says, "No, the reason why I made you grab this. Wait.
What?
The reason
Huh?
why I grabbed this bong anyway was so that I didn't have to. You tricked me.
You tricked yourself, Zane.
Listen, if you don't want it, you can just say no. Jeez.
I didn't want to inhale the smoke, which is why I grabbed the bong for you, and now
Uh-huh.
Riggs thinks I smoke, which I don't.
Okay, then don't. More for
Right.
me.
Right. I'm gonna put this down now."
Put it.
Okay.
Put the
Go
cookie
ahead.
down.
Zane puts the bong down, like right next to Potman. Resumes his watch. Missy,
That-
Missy keeps laughing. What are you
That-
laughing at? You?
That has to be the worst form of torture for Potman ever. There's a ready bong right next to him.
No,
And he
I
can't-
mean, he took the hits he needed.
Oh,
After this many days without anything, his tolerance is probably starting to go down.
Yeah.
okay.